Hello, hello, hello. This is Private Talk Podcast, and we are back, season 3, and I am super excited to pop your cherry with Miss LUXIBOO on the couch.
Yay!
Yay! I was gonna say we're official now. You're a season 1 guest, but we also had this too. You know, we still have had little noises and all those applaud things for our guests out there. But
I love it.
Yes, we upgraded to a new space since the last time you've been on the couch.
I love this color.
So welcome. It looks
Feels
nice
so
on you.
regal, and it's fuzzy.
Yes, because queens need regal things in our lives, and we just, you know,
I feel
and when you
like
feel nervous, but don't ever feel nervous with Miss Texas, just rub the couch.
Okay, I'll just
Rub the fuzzy couch.
got me to do some things last podcast that I usually wouldn't do with anybody else, but you tend to just bring out the inner freak in me.
I like that.
Talk about a lot of things.
This is why it's called Private Talk, because, you know, Private Talk with Alexis Texas is very unique. And that's why, like, we were already friends before. But sometimes, because we're in a big group of girls, sometimes it's hard to, like, ask you going back and forth. So it was kind of, I feel like, our first time to, like, talk to each other that we're like, we already been kind of freaks around each other before. So you're like, let me pull it a little bit more out of you and twerk for me, moan for me, do all those things. So if you didn't watch her episode, Private Talk listeners, then you should go and check it out, rewatch that episode, and then you should comment and like below, because this is going to be fun. She's my favorite friend with a big booty, and she does lots of big, beautiful things.
It's just a private talk between two friends. It's just you, me, and your thousands of listeners.
Ooh, I love that word.
And
You know, it makes my panties wet when I hear thousands of listeners. We're gonna get to millions of listeners. I'm manifesting it out there because it will happen, because everyone needs a little private talk in their life.
They do.
Yes. So Miss Lex, what have you been up to? What's been going on with you? Tell Private Talk about it.
Gosh, well, we had a whole pandemic happen.
Tragic, very tragic. We're still currently kind of, you know, we're in it, but way more severe. We couldn't even, you know, do this. We would have to be online, and that wasn't fun for me. So we had a little, you know, do a little pause break for a minute.
Right. I think it was we did our episode at the very beginning of 2020.
Yes.
And then
you
we
put
were
your
shut
faith
down.
in me, and you know, you sat on the couch. You were one of the first people. Thank you very much.
I know. And then my friend Neo came not long after that. That was a great episode.
It was. He dropped some gems. He sang Independent Woman to me, which was always fun for me, because, you know, who doesn't like Neo singing to them? Not many people can say that. Well,
never.
Some people, but not many.
But it was like a little concert.
Yes.
So
you know, applause for that
friends.
too. That was all because of Lux, guys.
We love Neo. So 2020, I mean, all of us were kind of blindsided by this whole shutdown pandemic, and especially someone like me who works a lot overseas. You know, I was doing
nightlife,
club
like
hosting,
you're doing,
nightlife stuff, performing. It was all shut down.
So were you in the beginning kind of like the same, like everyone's like, oh, it'll be a month, I'll have a little vacation and then whatever. Did you have a backup plan? Did you know what you were going to do because the clubs weren't going on, like happening?
I don't want to say I didn't have a plan, but I was very open to just rolling with whatever, because we were honestly afraid in the beginning.
Yeah.
Because we really didn't know what was going on. No one really had straight answers of what was going on. And
I feel like they still don't, but you know.
I know but I feel like we're coming on the other side of things. You know, things are coming back into, you know, opening, traveling and everything. But at the very beginning, myself and my roommate and his fiance, we were all quarantining together with our dogs, and we loved it, honestly. I mean, listen, quarantining with two gay men was like being in heaven, because I've got my hair, you know, done. My roommate also does my makeup.
You're playing dress up a lot.
Playing dress up. We literally had, you know, boozy tea parties. We were cooking every day for each other, like these really elaborate meals 3 times a day. And we'd always start with the cocktail of the day by 10 a.m. because why not? There is no time when you're in quarantine, you know, movie nights and all the things. So for the first few weeks, that was a lot of fun. And then, you know, it starts to lose its luster, because drinking every day, eating all the time, you're like, okay, we got to do something that keeps us active. So we try to look for outdoor activities, hiking. And then we started to really write and create on our own things, and still giving each other our space. But the pandemic for me gave me like that kick in the ass that I needed to really restructure what I was doing in my career, because, you know, I'm very comfortable with doing the hosting, entertaining, performing thing, but my body is not following like it used to.
Yeah. And I mean, at the end of the day, in all realness, is everyone has an expiration date, and what you can do as far as nobody wants to be in the clubs forever, even though it's fun and the money's great.
Yes.
But it's like, you know, and for me, the same thing. It was like the dancing part for myself was like, okay, but you are going to take a break, but now what are you going to do?
Exactly.
So you're a hustler, you're gonna get this, like, but what are we doing now? So it gave you that pause moment of like, okay, what am I really gonna do?
Yeah, and like what makes me happy, because I mean, there was a lot of loss last year as well. You know, me personally, I've had a few family members pass away, and it kind of also gives you that drive to say, okay, what am I really gonna do with the rest of my life? Something that makes me happy. And so I just started reading a lot and writing a lot. And also the side hustle of OnlyFans became the main hustle, because now I was working 100% from home, which was never the case for me. I was always gone.
Yeah.
You know,
that was something that you're like, oh, I can make money, but I'll be there when I'm done. Like, kind of thing.
Right.
It's like, you know what I mean? You don't realize how much really time consuming it is, and how much work it really is. Oof, you know what I mean?
girl.
But it's a switch up of things for someone like, you know, yourself, and it's just so much stimulated because of outside travel. It's like, okay, now I got to do all those things inside.
Refocusing and getting creative, it was really good for me. It was really good for me. And I think by the end of 2020, I was already starting to implement some things that I was creating. So I had gotten in touch with someone to manufacture colognes and perfumes. So I ended up going to Dubai to meet with them, check out the manufacturing process. I've always wanted to create for other brands. Me, I feel like I was always the test subject of my own marketing ideas, because I went to school for marketing, I went to school for business management, but I kind of like the idea of helping somebody add to their brand and create cool things. So I've always been into apparel production, merchandise production. So I ended up starting a production and merchandising product development company. So, you know, producing apparel, and right now I'm working on a cologne for this model. So she has a big fan base, mostly men, but she's like, I don't really want to do a perfume. She's like, I want guys to smell like how I want, you know, my like ideal fantasy guy to smell like. So that's what we've been working on for the last year, and that's been fun. Big learning curve. There's a lot that goes into it. There's been a lot of back and forth, you know, smelling different, you know, samples and packaging, and when something's not in stock, and it's getting to, you know, we're like 90% of the way done.
Yeah.
But that's been a journey. That's been interesting, and that's been like a little side hustle. You know, the OnlyFans thing has been doing better than ever. And
how did you feel when on the OnlyFans stance when they were going to take away adult platforms?
Gosh.
Were you shaken up at that moment again too? Did you have another plan for that? Were you just like, I'm safe, so it doesn't bother me because I'm like in the in between? What were your thoughts on that?
I wasn't panicking. And there are other platforms that are available. I just feel that OnlyFans was the one that was highlighted because it has the biggest traffic. I mean, people were singing about it, people were rapping about it, and it became more mainstream when, you know, civilian entertainers were jumping on it. It became known as more than just a platform made popular by adult entertainers. But like I was saying to some other friends in the industry, I'm not worried. I'm very grateful that I'm in a space where I don't have to worry about money, but it's not a bad idea to diversify. There's a lot of, you know, subscriber platforms that help with, you know, spreading your eggs in different baskets. But I feel like it's going to be difficult to ignore the power of adult entertainment, especially with the payment processors, you know, Visa and MasterCard. They were saying, oh, our shareholders, you know, are not going to like that we take payments for pussy, but I don't think
Power
it can be
of
ignored.
the pussy.
I don't think it can be ignored. Listen, dollars talk, and
for sure. I mean, I think it's been some, a talked or untalked about subject for a long time, for myself included, because I've been in the adult entertainment industry as full, as in depth as you could be as being an adult performer itself. And so it's a lot of closed doors, a lot of people saying this, a lot of whatever, but they're also the ones watching it, because it's like when there's one finger pointing at you, there's three looking back at yourself. So it's like, it's that double, the double, or the catch-22 of sorts. So I feel like just leave us alone, let us content create, and everything will be great. We made the platform what it really was, is because it already existed for us before, the pandemic came and made it really, glorified, and these things, and people really just didn't know. And now it's like, I feel like everyone, it kind of made people kind of be on an even scale. It kind of tipped the scale a little bit and was like, oh, we're all equal. Nobody needs to be different. Even if you have your site to do whatever, it's for your fans only. That's kind of based with why I think the hype of what it was really cool. So I hope they settle down. I hope that, there is also definitely different platforms out there. And I think it also gave a segue for somebody else to come in bigger and better than what it is. Because a lot of the platforms that are out there, I feel like aren't really top notch towards certain things, because OnlyFans also too has lots of fails too. There's a lot of negative sides to it as well. It wasn't the best thing ever, but it was the best thing that we had capable or accessible to us. And so I feel like, it does definitely give, and especially with all this new money from crypto to things like that, I feel like there will be somebody that will come in that will be a power playhouse to actually do something maybe better than that. So.
Oh, absolutely. There's always room for improvement, and there's always room for competition to overtake. It's just OnlyFans is the one right now that literally has the most traffic. So it's the most attractive option as far as cross promotion and marketing, but it's not the best site.
Facts. Big facts. Sorry, OnlyFans. You know what? Just be nice to us. Let us play.
Just be nice. It was nice to see everyone jumping in who wasn't even a part of the adult industry to say, hey, that's fucked up.
But
these people built this platform. So why are you going to take that away from them?
I feel like there was more people who were negative about it, though. I feel like they're like, ha ha, like now you have to go get a real job. And I'm like, this is a real job. If you realize how much work it's put into those things, I feel like, it was a camaraderie of things, is because there are other people making money in it. And I think those are the ones that kind of really spoke up for us to be like, and say, segue of that way. But I think overall, I feel like there was a lot of haters, because either they can't be in that place to make the money from that kind of platform, or they just don't like people to win. And that's just,
I did notice some of the people that were saying stuff, but those are people that feel, again, like sex work is not work, that adult entertainment, they
definitely
are more
feels
than happy
like work
to
when
consume.
I have to pay my taxes. I'll fucking tell you that much.
Girl, that's what I'm like, listen, just
feels
because,
like I'm being fucked again.
Just because nobody followed your SoundCloud link and you're failed as a SoundCloud rapper doesn't mean that you need to hate on us girls that are doing our thing online.
Did you ever think you could be a rapper at one time?
Never.
Me neither.
Never.
What about a fly girl? I definitely thought I could be a fly girl. I was definitely in front of the TV. I thought I was J-Lo a lot,
I could see you as a fly girl.
I thought I knew every move that they did, but I don't know if that really came across how it was supposed to be. But,
it's just practice.
My parents got a great show. They were like, makes sense.
The only thing that I know how to rap is when I'm at the karaoke bar.
I've been there with you.
And that was honestly one of my most fun birthdays, but Gangsta's Paradise, it's not even like the best rap song, but I know every single
That's like a nostalgic
word.
when you're
the
just
lyrics.
Like,
That was one of the first songs that I ever memorized all the lyrics to. Like as a kid, that and Baby Got Back by Sir Mix-a-Lot. My mom was horrified. She said, how did you know about these songs? I'm like, the This Is Now CD volume, I don't know, what is that? Volume 7 maybe?
Are those still around? What volume is volume now, or what is now the volume? How old are we?
This Is Now.
No, I know I've had them. I think I had the first fucking one. And to be quite honest, I think it was.
I wonder if they have a.
We're around the same age.
Have an account. I wonder if they have accounts now on these streaming platforms like Spotify or Apple.
I'm sure they'd have to. I feel like they're still around. I want to know what now is now streaming. Is
What's
it 200 and like something,
or
like
God.
how many nows come out? Is it every year, or is it?
I feel like it was at least once a year. Wow.
Did I take your breath away in the wrong way?
Oh God, I just dated myself for sure.
That's funny. So, you dated yourself, but what is your dating life like at this moment? The pandemic happened. Were you, everyone was scared to even go look at anything. Swiping? Are you swiping? Are you?
Oh, no, I don't.
No dating sites for you?
Well, let me just make this clear. I am not on any dating site.
So nobody who's changed their name that's like, hey, my name is Natalie, but they use your picture. They're fucking lying. Natalie. I don't know where that came from. It just came off the top of my tongue. Natalia.
Oh
Natalia.
My God. I have a good girlfriend named Natalia. You would love her. You would love her. But no, I've never been the type to go on dating sites, dating apps. I'm honestly very, very scared of meeting people that way.
Okay.
I've only been comfortable meeting
you watch
people
a lot of Dateline?
through a lot of friends. You know what? I do watch a lot of, I'm really partial to this girl, a lot of true crime, stories. So I subscribe to this girl that does a lot of true crime stories. And a lot of them were like, hey, they met through Tinder, they met through Bumble. I'm like, see? This is why you can't trust nobody. But I really like it the old fashioned way, more organically meeting somebody. So meeting through friends, I like to have somebody in between that can
have like a reference,
cosign. Yeah, because I mean, when we first meet somebody and there is no point of reference, you meet their manager. And I've noticed.
What do you mean they meet their manager?
It's meaning you meet like the best, shiniest version of themselves, right? They're on their best behavior.
Okay, yes.
So
set the scene for us, Lux.
I feel like, in my personal experience, and I'm more than happy to share about my dating experiences because,
it's hard. It's hard out here.
It sprinkles this, it's the flavor of my life. I feel like whenever I have met someone that it's not been an organic thing, 6 months. Six months is when it's all it takes at the most to figure out this shit is fucked up. This is not the way to go, because then, the guards drop, the pretend habits drop, and then you really get to see who you're really dealing with.
But now is this this is on the unorganic side, not from people that have references, or both?
Correct. Okay. Correct. I mean, I've met people at like bars before, restaurants, maybe through a mutual friend that was like more of a casual friend, but I met one of my exes. He was a partner in a company that had hired me for like a fitness shoot out in the UK, and then we were kind of like friendly afterwards. And then the next time I went out to the UK, we started dating, but it didn't take long for me to find out that not only was this person not who I thought he was, but he got married soon after. And I'm going to guess that he did not just meet this woman and get engaged and get married.
Yikes.
Yeah. He actually still comes into my DMs every now and then.
Do you entertain it?
Never.
Did you let him know that he has a wife?
Yeah, I sent him the screenshot of them on their wedding day. And I said, I guess I should tell you congratulations. And he said,
shocked.
He said, oh, thanks. It was all a blur, really.
What? Like, this is what I don't understand.
You forgot that you had a whole wife, fiance, girlfriend.
But was that a blur, or was when him getting married was a blur? Like what? Like okay, there's a whole lot of fucked up things there. Like
there was a lot to unpack. I unpacked a lot in therapy. After these.
I think it's triggering because I've had a similar situation. I think that's probably why. But I'm like, does every fucking man do this? And then they go, and I'm just like. But if you're going, why get married? Why do all of that if you're going to, and again, I understand what it is. I understand, but why go, just keep dating her. Why marry her to make her have a hopes and dream when you're fucking a whole other person and giving them hopes that you're going to be in a relationship? Makes no sense to me.
My thoughts on marriage.
I'm going to have a cigarette, but it's weed.
Blow some this way. I mean, I've already, gotten a little relaxed before this, but my thoughts on marriage is that some people it's a financial contract, some people it's a social contract. Some people's careers are furthered if they're married, and other people, might see financial stability in marriage. And then there's those people that want to marry for love. They want like a life partner that's their bestie. And marriage can be all of those things, but a lot of people aren't ready for the work that it comes to build a marriage like the one that they want in their head.
See, that's why, to me, I feel like, and then I think that it's misconstrued notions of like expectations. Because I feel like for me, if people, my biggest problem is that's all great. I hear it. Everyone has their own things, whatever. My thing is we're all adults. At this point, why can't we just be honest? Because I'd rather you tell me your bullshit and let me have that decision to make from that point forward, from the beginning, than let me find out another way that isn't the way that should have been the truth. And that's what I have an issue with. Because I guess we're all adults and people playing with people's emotions, I think is really at this point, very immature and it's not respectful at all.
Totally. I mean, the thing about that is that why do people lie? Fear. But you still need to give people that choice. So, lady, as far as, you know, when it comes to dating, I've really, really slowed it down. I've only become open to the idea of dating with friends that I've known for some time. Like a friend.
Is it because you don't want to have the like whole new process of meeting someone who's putting this guard up and doing all these things because it's fake? Or do you just feel like you have more substance behind those relationships that you're trying to intune? Bingo.
There is more substance. There is something very beautiful and organic about dating someone who's a close friend of yours, because there haven't been any, you know, there's no
now,
secrets.
When you say close friends, have you ever had sexual encounters with these close friends at one point in time? Or were they just kind of, maybe you flirted a lot, but never because somebody was in a relationship, this or whatever? Was there ever a line that was across? Because is it just that you were just friends? Like, how do you establish those boundaries where it's like, how do you move to know where the next step could be?
So I dated a friend that I had known for about 4 years. You know, we tried dating a little bit earlier this year, but there was like a moment where, you know, we had been out, I'd been spending time with them, you know, for like 3 days straight. And it was kind of like something where I was like, I don't know. I'm like, I feel like, is he flirting with me? I'm so bad at like recognizing the signs sometimes. Like, I think he's flirting with me. I don't know. But then I kind of made the move and I kissed him. And then, you know, we're talking about it later and, you know, we were like, maybe we should try this. And, you know, we spent more time together over the next few months and did like little cute vacations. And I have a lot of love for him. But within those few months, it became clear that our careers, he's, you know, his own rock star. And, you know, I've been building a lot of different, you know, brands and businesses. We're busy and just not able to commit the time that either of us wants.
Yeah.
And, you know, still have love for him. But the nice thing is that because we were already friends before and we're like, okay, we'll try this out.
Yeah.
I still feel like we can be friends despite the fact that we have been intimate with each other sexually and that, you know, we tried this out and it didn't work. It's not, no one's to blame, but it's been a very mature
but
way.
It's healthy. And that's what, you know, and that's why, you know, you tried it. Nothing has to be like a screaming bitch hoe this or whatever. It's like, it's about, as long as respect is, you know, saved, and it just, sometimes it doesn't work out. But that's why I feel like it's more mature and like it's a way to approach things rather than be like, well, it's comfortable, let me just stay with him. And then, you know what I mean? 5 years later and you're like hating each other. Like, nah, fam, I'm not the one. We're too old for that shit.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. If you don't like it, don't fucking like it. You like it? Fuck it.
I mean, I feel like people should always be able to grow with each other. So, I mean, I get really antsy if I feel like, gosh, this is just the same thing all the time.
Yeah.
You know, but I mean,
So you had this thing with this man.
Yeah.
This man here. Was there anything after that? Have you been like, when's the last time you had sex, Lux?
I want the truth!
Why are you all of a sudden really hot in here?
Last Tuesday night.
Tuesday
night. And it was with a friend that I've known for a very, very long time.
Was this it was a first timer with a friend?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Was it good? Was it bad? Was it?
Oh, it was amazing.
Nice.
But I'd also said, I'm like, how come we haven't done this sooner? I was like, I always felt like you were just being, you know, what did I say? I said, I always felt like you were being shy because whenever we would hang out, it was, you know, it was cool. It was very wholesome, us hanging out.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel like he'd flirt a little bit over text, but I'm terrible talking over text. I feel like I really fuck it up. I do like talking to somebody in person.
I feel like it really helps, and I feel like people don't realize as much as it needs to, because there's some people that I just text only, and like it irritates me, but in person I have the best conversations.
Yeah.
But then I'm like, oh, maybe I'm misinterpreting it, but it's a text, you don't really know. But yeah, no, I
can't tell
that.
tone, and I'm a big quality time person, and so that's also why things didn't work out with my friend that I had tried dating earlier this year. But I'm so big on quality time, even if it's just even if we're in the same room together, and my partner will say, I got to work on something, even if you're like sitting over there on the other end of the room and I'm sitting and doing my shit, we don't even have to talk to each other. Just being in that space, knowing that we're busy, but still, being close by, to me, that is still so much spending
effort.
time.
It's putting time. You're doing what you can, but you're still saying and setting boundaries. Is I am busy, but this is what I have to give you.
Sure. So, I mean, my friend and I were like, well, we finally did it. That was nice. We should do that again soon.
Is it like awkward afterwards? Because you're like, after you're like out of the heat of passion, like fucking each other's brains out, and then you're like, oh yeah, that happened.
No, it's not awkward, but they are really, again, also really busy. I tend to pick the people, that
you need to stop fucking your
really
friends,
busy.
Lux. You need to not fuck the busy ones. Fuck the ones that have quality time.
But I that's the thing. I like people that are ambitious and hardworking and creative. So, I mean, I'll just work on my shit. There's no expectations. Yeah. And I'm sure that, just
so do you see it going somewhere
goes.
because the sex was good, but do you think, just because you're friends with someone doesn't mean you're maybe compatible with like a relationship part, like as being like your partner?
This is
so
true.
It's like, is it something that you guys are entertaining, or you're just happened last Tuesday, so you'll see this Tuesday from a week from now and see what's happening?
Exactly. Yeah, I think, I don't put expectations on anything anymore, to be honest. It just, it'll just go with, just
we're
be like water and go with the flow.
That's your thing today. We're going with the flow.
I'm very go with the flow.
Going with the flow. That's good energy, though. All you could do is be in your present moment and, evolve from it. And if it happens, it happens. You can't force anything. You guys are obviously have some connection that you're friends. So it's like, you have to do what works for you. You know what I mean? For me, I'm at a place where I want to date and I've put myself out there and I'm trying things that I didn't try before because that didn't work out for me. So I'm trying something different. You know what I mean? I'm just like, and I've tried it and I didn't like it. And I'm like, okay, but I still did it. So I'm going to move a little forward. You know what I mean? So it's just got to go with the flow.
Listen, they're all still good lessons. So I feel like, honestly, every relationship or every time I date, it always gets better, even if it doesn't last or if a serious relationship doesn't come of it. I still figure out things that I like and things that I don't like, and I'll just go. But I'm honestly happy single.
Happy single.
I feel like I'm already a whole person. Mm-hmm. Like I have a lot of love in my circle of friends, with my family. Work is going so well. And some people that are like, I feel like I'm missing something. I'm like, I don't feel like that. I feel like everything is here, and that anyone that comes afterwards, that's just a bonus.
For sure.
That's just a bonus.
I love that for you. That's awesome. That's a good place to be in. Because that's usually, where a place where it's like things happen when they say when you least expect things, because you're just not trying to do things. So it's like, that's good.
That's why I go with the flow, because I don't have a time limit on stuff. I don't have any expectations. It'll just bloom.
I like it. So with the pandemic, everything happening, we were inside, we had all kinds of subscription-based things. What's one of those subscriptions that you just absolutely could not live without? You can't cancel it. Something's going.
What's funny is I went through my list because, I got hit with all of these Apple purchase things at the same time. I'm like, what the hell am I paying $19.99 for? Well, first of all, you can't get rid of Netflix.
Facts.
Yeah. I couldn't get rid of Netflix. Let me see.
So you're a Netflix, not a Hulu person or Amazon Prime, because there's some people who don't even like Netflix. They like Hulu.
I've always had Amazon Prime. My roommate had Hulu.
I have all of them. I'm just obnoxious. So I have Disney Plus.
Oh God, we got Disney Plus as well. You know what? I ended up catching up on what's that? True Blood. I had never seen it.
I'm not
Binged
a fan,
that.
but okay. I've never watched. I can't say I'm a fan. I just don't like that type of
like fantasy kind of thing.
I've never watched.
I wasn't really into it either, like the genre. But when I watched it, I was like, you know what? And then when I came to the end, oh God, I was like, my heart. I was like, it's over.
You got sad.
Really
you got
over.
attached.
I got sad.
Attached.
Let me see. So I'm going through. Jesus Christ. Oh, I downloaded Duolingo. So I'm on the Duolingo Plus.
Ooh, what kind of Spanish poppy are you trying to meet?
I was trying to improve on my French, but I should probably switch to Spanish because I'm not even like using that shit. MyFitnessPal, that's one that I can't get rid of.
Okay.
Yeah, gotta track all that.
So that's more important than Netflix. Oh, look what's happening. Decisions. Private talk. What is she gonna do? I hope that you're liking this episode. Make sure that you comment below and like and subscribe, because you should already be subscribed, because this is just amazing. And
How
we're just
could
on
they
season
miss
3,
any of the
episode 1.
episodes? They're so entertaining.
I mean, I'm biased because I'm musing to myself, and I quite often laugh to myself. I think that's when you know you're funny, or maybe just crazy, one of the two. But if you can make yourself laugh, I feel like go into any room and make everybody laugh too, if I wanted to. Yeah.
It's a blessing and a curse being this cute and funny girl.
Ooh, I didn't even get to the cute part, girl. And I sit on what's really cute, so it's really hard to make things, real impression. But as soon as I walk away, they're like, "Damn, I knew it."
Yeah,
I knew it. Do you have a social media weakness?
Oh, gosh.
Is there something that you like? Because now on, this great iPhone of ours, as much as it gives us ability to do everything, you can set screen times. I just myself set time limits because sometimes I get lost in things.
So just recently, about 2 months ago, my Instagram got disabled.
Oh no, did you cry? I've seen people melt down on the internet because of this. This is like a tragic moment. Did you have a bad Kim K cry moment?
No, I did not. I was a little sad because I've had that account for nearly 10 years. And that also means that all the conversations and profiles I have of friends that I have over those 10 years or before, they're gone. And some of those friends, passed away. So sometimes, it's nice to look back and it's part of the grieving process still, it's more for me a nostalgic thing. Like I had also archived all sorts of stuff that when I had first started, like there's a picture archived of a ring that I got. It was in the shape of an airplane. And I remember picking it up when I was still working in human resources, and I went to New Orleans for the first time, and I picked it up from this like little, witch shop or whatever, and it was a plane. And I remember posting it, and I said, this is my dream. I want to be able to travel the world and make money doing it.
Nice.
So, stuff like that. I like to look back. I'm like, wow, I did that in 2011. I like it. Yeah. I know. I'm a little bit of a, softie when it comes to that.
That's okay though. But I feel like people do that. They should do that in a time. I wish I would be more like that, because before I'll save things, but I'm like, oh, I'll get to it. I have lots of archive things.
Yeah.
That's a funny trick word that we say around here at Twerk Towers. It's archived. It's somewhere in the archives.
Yes.
But no, I think that's cool, and you should. It's like special moments, but now you got to figure a way not to put those on Instagram and get them out.
I know. And that also goes back to owning your own content. Once that's on there, if you don't save it, it's gone forever. So I'm still working on trying to get it back.
What were you putting on there? Were you putting like sexy, I
actually just showed someone the photo that I had put up that that was last up there that probably got reported and deleted. Little.
Oh, this is way too much ass. It looks like you're naked.
But I'm wearing a full bikini.
I'm going to tell you, girls with big ass, we get discriminated on. I used to have this argument all the time, because I would be deleted off that because they think I'd have no underwear on. Now, we know you do, but your butt is so big, they can't see that floss that's in between. So I'm not even going to show you Private Talk. You should go subscribe to her, OnlyFans. But this is definitely, because I've had it before, and this is why they tell you, I wouldn't do certain pictures, or even if it wasn't, the thong wasn't even that much material, if you showed the back and it was just
can't
strings,
do full back.
they wouldn't do it anything. So it would be for me, I wouldn't even post booty pics for a long time because like, you get scared because you do build up that, the
audience, the
and
content,
the engagement and all those things like that as well. So it sucks that something like that happens, and they should at least give you some warnings, whatever. But I feel like the way that it is, it's like you're not nude. I've seen people with their nipples out that people don't even say anything. Or
I've seen like, coochie pimples and coochie hairs on there. But so there was an article. I didn't send it to you, but there was a whole article done about, Facebook and Facebook owning Instagram and everything, about how there are certain entertainers on Instagram that are given passes because usually they're verified and usually they have a lot of followers, but it all has to go back to advertising dollars. And this was confirmed by another friend that has worked in PR for a very, very long time. She said, if and when you get your account back, it would be good for you to spend some ad dollars, because these companies that, like, we'll just say E-News or the E-Network, right? They have a bunch of different entertainers over several shows. Now, if you go to some of those entertainers' Instagrams, there's some stuff that would definitely get us disabled or deleted, but their account is in a way whitelisted because
they're paying advertising dollars.
E is paying advertising dollars. And if those entertainers are part of the E brand, they're protected. There's actually contracts that have been signed from people on different shows. I'll tell you later, but it specifically says in there that their social media accounts will be protected. And that's because the networks pay enough advertising dollars to these platforms.
Discrimination. We're posting the same fucking things. I used to get
sometimes
mad
less.
Just at the fact of, I'm like, I can't even be on a Discover page or whatever, is because I'm wearing the same thing, but then yet or like be on a top page or whatever they used to do in the beginning, where it was like, then you'll have somebody with the same picture with the same ass and have a bigger, like a celebrity, and it's okay to do it. And I'm like, oh, thanks. That's not nice. But for me, I just think it should be equal. You know what I mean? Why should one be worse than the other? And why should I be called this and you're called beautiful? Like, what is the difference? I do not see it. It's all about equality. But, I feel like sex is always been a taboo thing. But it's like, I feel like it's that's why we'd always make fun. It's like the industry is like the secret billion-dollar industry because it's the movies people don't watch.
I know, it's the secret.
But people know who I am. They sure knew who Miss Texas was, but you are not watching my porn. I'm like, a lot of people have issues with a lot of things.
Work.
But I feel like that what makes me even more thrive more is because I like to push the envelope. For me, it's like, even with me, it's like I haven't done adult, movies in several years, but that will never be taken away from me because I'll be the porn, the porn star, whatever. But for me, it's like there's more to me. There's layers to it. This is what me using this brand and pushing to what's next, and for you to take me serious as a media person, and me doing the podcast and stuff like that. Then I did do porn, but I'm not shamed for it. Yeah, but it just makes us, we're all equal. It doesn't matter what I did before. It doesn't matter what I do now. It doesn't matter how I treat you and how I treat private talk.
Well, sex work is work, girl.
So are you ready for the fun part? Truth with Texas is coming for you. Are you ready? This is where you're gonna get really sweaty and nervous. You want to take a break before you go? You want a shot? Do you want to go to the bathroom? You want to get ready for this? What do you need?
I might have to take a shot.
Okay. All right. Private talk. We're going to take a little bit of a break and we will be right back. And we're going to get to my favorite part. This is going to be season 3's first Truth with Texas. I hope you're ready, Miss Lux. All right. We are back. Private talk. Season 3, episode 1. She's popping our cherry with Truth with Texas. Last time you moaned for me. I think you even twerked for me. I think we should at least be privileged enough to see your booty now. It's been, this is episode 3, season 1. We saw your butt. We were twerking.
This is true.
Can we see the booty?
This is true.
We'll give you
oh God. Okay, let me not
the lovely Lux.
Okay.
Her big
Are you
booty.
gonna give me a beat?
Here. Yeah, I am. I do not own the rights to this music. But I own the rights to make her twerk. Yes, private talk. We are going to see her get real
You're going to make my back
real
throw out
dirty.
again.
No, none of that. I'm not responsible for that back either. But you saw it. I'm not responsible for that back. I'm not responsible for that anything but making her twerk. But I love it.
I've been in physical therapy 3 times a week for the last month.
So then I think
so it better work.
I think that made it. I mean, I think you were just trying it out. Like I was helping you, helping yourself. And Private Talk, you better be helping us out right now by making sure that you're liking this episode.
Make sure to tell everybody to subscribe to.
Tell your friends, okay? Tell your friends to tell your friends to get with my friends, and we could be friends. All right. So if you do not remember, I'm pretty sure you do. Truth with Texas, we are going to do 4 cards. Each ace is a different suit, which means a different type of question. And each question gets a little bit naughtier, a little spicier, a little romantic at times, and and sometimes kinky.
Loves it.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Private Talk, are you ready to see Truth with Texas? I know I am. I love that whole lead up, I'm trying
You trying something new? Yeah. It's working.
It's working, right?
I'm feeling a little tingle.
All right, get this tingle going. Which card is going to be first? Okay. Which ace do you have in that hand? Ace of Hearts. Ooh, you would get the romantic one. Miss Romantic.
I am a romantic kind of gal.
What is the most romantic thing you've done for a partner? Miss Romantic gal.
Ooh.
I feel like you're very detail oriented. I feel like you'd be really, this should be a good one for you.
I am. Okay. So I actually posted it on my OnlyFans because I was really proud of myself.
Okay.
So we were in New York.
Was the partner on OnlyFans too?
No.
Okay. Just what you did.
It's just what I did. Okay. Yes. So
in New York.
I got a hotel suite at this beautiful hotel. It's very European inspired. I don't want to give it away because I don't want y'all to come to that hotel when I'm trying to relax.
I ain't trying to see you, okay? Private Talk.
No, I just I feel like it's, my spot.
You're one of those who what's your perfume? I don't know. I don't know the name of it.
I mean, I'll share the name of the perfume. Right now it's Bitter Peach by Tom Ford. But that hotel, he had never stayed at it before, and he was someone that was very well traveled. So I got us a suite at this hotel, and spa packages and everything. We went out to nice dinners, and then I had him wait in the living room area of the suite. So then on the bed, I had actually spelled out in rose petals, "Let me suck your dick."
Oh, that's a lot of work.
Yes. And that's what I did. I felt it was pretty romantic.
That's nice. I mean, who doesn't want the bitch to suck your dick?
Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, because most people would just be like, fuck me. It's easy, but let me suck your dick, something like that.
I feel like it's a more intimate experience.
So you sucked the D.
Yes.
And did you do other things?
Oh, yeah, we fucked.
Have you ever just given someone a blowjob and then just not got sex? Recently. Not recently,
willingly?
But yeah. Willingly? No. But you know what I mean? For me, I'm like, nah, I'm going to need some more. I can't just stop with, because I asked the question, I'm like, if you could just have oral sex or sex, one or the other, what would you pick?
Oh, God. What, for myself?
Yeah. You could just only for the rest of your life have one or the other. What would you pick?
I mean, I feel like oral sex is okay, here's my thing. The thing with penis size, okay? I do very well with average length and
what is average length for Private Talk listeners out there? What is average length for you, Lux? Because everyone's average length is different.
Five-ish inches, 5, 6.
Isn't that that's average?
Yeah.
Okay.
I do very well with average size because I can figure out where to position myself so I can get the G spot hidden, but obviously I have to figure it out for bigger dicks, and sometimes bigger is not better. For me, it feels like my uterus is getting assaulted, and I'm like, fuck, it just
the dick attacked you. No, watch out.
Whereas it's with oral, it's
But do you find okay, hold on, pause your story one moment with the big dick thing, because have you ever had a big dick where it didn't hurt you and feel like your ovaries were attacked? Because I also feel like sometimes with people with big dicks really have to know how to use their big dicks, or it's like a weapon and it can hurt you because you're fucking wrong. You're not fucking correctly.
Yeah, I feel like, there needs to be a lot more fine-tuning.
You just feel safe with the average ones.
Yeah.
There's more maneuvering around that you can get done with the average.
Yeah. Yeah. And I also feel like, sometimes I want to, want a little keister in my butt. Like, you can't put that thing in my ass.
So anal is a must in your relationship.
It's not a must.
Okay.
It's not a
but
must.
You like it enough to say that you would
But if I'm having sex with somebody, that means I actually like them. I don't like casual sex. I don't do hookups. I don't do one night stands. I am very, very much about like, okay, well, if I'm sleeping with this one person, I'd rather just sleep with this one person until, maybe we figure out what's going on or not. Mm-hmm. And then keep it pushing.
But see, with me, I could do this. I'm the same way, but I'm not letting them fuck me in my ass. And I'm porn starred and whatever. But in my personal life, I've probably done it just as many times I've done it on camera. I've probably done it in my personal life. It's not something I typically crave.
Correct.
Also, I haven't been in a relationship that's been constantly where I'm actually going to be in that situation where maybe we're doing kinky things or whatever either. Right. So there is that too. But it's not that I'm against it, but it's not something that I sexually crave. Like, and I'm a horny person, and I'm a very like probably borderline like sex addict in a sense. You know what I mean? Not sex addict, but I feel like I do well when I'm having sex. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I like to have a lot of sex. So with me, I'm the same way. I don't like, I'm very demisexual where I have to be very mind stimulated to be fucking somebody. But that also unlocks a lot of things. But it doesn't unlock my asshole. It just doesn't.
I like anal play with the right person, and we have to like work our way up to that level.
I like how we're in romantic subject. We're talking about anal play. And
should I pull another card?
No, this is great. We want to hear more.
I mean, with that particular partner, I feel like that was probably my most sexually adventurous relationship. Okay. We definitely, explored a lot of new things together, the anal play, toys, inviting a +1, things like that. And it was great. It was really great. And I would love to have another experience like that again. But, first I got to like somebody.
That's too shame.
First I got to like somebody. I'm like, is it you? Is it you? Maybe not.
Is it this friend or is it this friend over here?
And I feel like you have to really, be at that level. Like, I think it takes a special person to be open-minded sexually, especially when their partner is a very sexual person, because not everyone is going to be into it.
Some people, because I feel like some people's, not everybody's on the same level, and I feel like that's also what it's like. For me, it's about communication. I don't feel like you expect it to be any level.
100%.
And because of the industry that I've been in, people think like, oh, you're doing all this crazy stuff. I'm like, I'm probably the most vanilla person.
Vanilla.
That makes me probably sound really bad, but I mean, I'm very adventurous in certain things, but I'm not doing acrobatic shit. Like I'm just having hot fucking sex, and I'm doing a lot of it. You know what I mean? Just different places.
Exactly.
Keep it cute.
Oh, so I have a confession, or maybe we'll just save that for another card.
No, I want the confession.
Have a confession.
Give me the confession.
Okay.
Give it to us.
So for the longest time, how I've just been like very like Playboy style and everything on my platforms and OnlyFans.
You're fucking yourself. Or are you fucking other people?
I tried boy-girl recently.
With who?
With a friend. Okay. With a friend. He's not a performer, but he's married to a performer. So he kind of like, was already kind of like around. Yeah. Because I was open to trying it out.
How did it work for you?
It looked great. It sold great. But I feel like my personal videos that I have at home, that's what I was envisioning in my head. So when I see what I made with my friend, I'm like, I feel like I look hideous. I feel like I don't look sexy.
But why? But because I feel like, okay, I'm a girl and a performer, and like I remember the first time I ever saw myself on camera, because I was always a sexual person. Mm-hmm. And this is why I also don't watch my scenes. I don't like, I'm enjoying myself and I'm having it, but I can nitpick everything. Even me looking in the mirror, I'm like, oh, I don't like this, whatever. But it's like, for me, it's like the enjoyment of what you're doing. Yeah. Now, for you, I think maybe why, and I don't know, but correct me if I'm wrong, but it's like probably because it's more like stage, where it's not like very like, not stage, but it's like, it's work. You know what I mean? In a sense. And it's not like a personal, intimate thing, which you're used to.
Yeah.
The same thing with porn. It's like, it's not staged, but we're told what to do, how long, what position, what this, whatever. It's work.
Right.
So it's people think that's like where you have to open up. It has to be where you're just like, what the fuck's opening up? Like, I'm enjoying this over here. Like, I'm going to go hump you over here. And they're like, no, that doesn't sell here. You know what I mean?
I feel like my BG looks like how normal people have sex.
Yeah. Normal people being like what you normally have sex with, or you're saying
like it's how I would have sex like without being, without
so you mean that your personal videos are more dirtier is what you're saying?
For sure.
Because of comfort level?
Because of comfort level, the angles of the cameras and everything.
So you make your own home videos at home?
Yeah.
Now, does the guy or do you keep them and do you watch them? It's a lot of questions.
What was the first one about the guy?
Are you the one recording them? Or is he the one recording it? And who's keeping it? And are you masturbating to it afterwards?
Usually it's just like a stationary camera. And both of us keep it. And I have watched them afterwards.
I'm going to airdrop it to you after we leave here.
Yeah, no, the people that I've made videos with, they all have the copies, and I'm not afraid if, they decide to release them, I'll just, get them taken down. No big deal. And I would never release them either without their consent, because that was also a question, if I would ever do that, like, why don't you put the stuff that you already have? I'm like, I can't do that to these people without talking with them first, without getting their consent, because consent to me is like the biggest thing. Yeah. That's super shady. However, my ex-girlfriend said that she'd be down to like release stuff with me because our videos were super hot.
Yeah.
But I told her, I'm like, well, no offense, you're sexy, but I don't know if my fans would want to see me with a girl that was anything other than super femme.
Yeah.
Like super feminine. Like she's a pretty girl, but she's more on like the tomboyish side. Like in the lesbian community, she'd probably be considered a stud. Mm-hmm. But I mean, I think she's hot.
I think it's a matter of opinion. I think that's what, I don't think that it should be what you like. If it's you enjoying yourself, then people want to see you enjoy yourself. They're always going to have a hater, even when you put it out and you're doing it. There's not everyone going to be positive.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? There's always going to be naysayers. But if you like it, then you do it because that's what you want to do. But don't say because you're fans. Because there are fans that will like it and be like, oh, because it's enjoyable in that kind of sense. Because, I mean, it's just about what you feel like. That's what my whole career was about, what I liked, not what other people wanted me to like. And what I did is like how I'm putting it out. And then if I had control of it, that was how I was going to control the narrative. And that's what I think is cool about exploring now with OnlyFans, is like with yourself, is you've never done that, but you're not opposed to it, so you can kind of like put your toe in it if you want to, and not have any kind of regret or remorse because it's on what your terms are.
Yeah, I mean, I enjoyed myself, and I would definitely do it again. I'm just trying to figure out where my happy place is as far as, how I feel about my body, how I feel about,
If I could give you any advice from someone who has been in front of the camera, whatever, is don't nitpick your body, whatever. You're already healthy, you're attractive, you're a beautiful woman. People want to see you and your platform because you're already that beautiful person already, so they're showing up for you. It doesn't worry about, oh, you need to lose 5 pounds or my hair's not tied up or whatever. Like, they like messy, grungy shit.
I was looking at my hair,
they just like real shit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, for me, that was different. I was talking about the thing about me and the crinkle in my hair right now, but we're on camera. I'm not fucking someone. Now, if I'm fucking someone, I don't need to look cute. I need to look like I enjoy what I'm doing. You know what I mean? And again, it's everybody's perspective. If that's what in that moment with that person felt that way, cool. The next time maybe more boyfriend girlfriendy or whatever. But it's again, for me, I would recommend you doing things that make you feel good, and your fans will follow because it'll be authentic about what you like, not what other people want you to perceive you like. Because then it feels too work related, and that's one thing what I wanted to be taken away from it or not doing it is why I don't work for anybody else. There's no reason why I don't. It's just that I stopped having fun. So for me, the fun part is me producing my own OnlyFans things and my own, like my stuff, because it's what I want to do. It's not someone telling me what to do or how to have sex anymore. Yeah, I still open up and like everybody will see everything fucking myself. It's nothing. It's pretty boring. Yeah. I fuck myself great. But you know what I mean? It's one of those things is what you would see on camera is just different. Sure. You know what I mean? And sometimes it's okay to put the camera up and then nobody sees it and they just see the intimacy level. They're like, like every scene has to be crazy. It has to be like what's hot. You know what I mean? Like it lost in the moment.
Yeah.
Just fuck yourself.
Okay.
Get it done.
I'll work on that.
Have you ever, let's see, what's your favorite song to get in the mood to? If you're going to put a playlist, what are you like, your sexy time?
Hang on. I've been like, so recently I saved a couple ones. So Seven Streeter has a new song called In Common that I really like. I've been playing that pretty often.
Is that what you touch yourself to, Lux?
No, at night I put on a Rain soundtrack so that after I masturbate, I can just fall right asleep.
Can we hear what your noises are now?
What?
Can we hear the masturbation noise before you go to the Rain sounds?
I'm sorry. What? Sorry. I'm sorry, busy that day.
Guys, she's a little shy today. I don't think we're going to hear.
No. Oh my God. See, look, I'm sweating again.
Like, this is the perfect place to do it. You're not going to echo as bad as the last time.
Girl, I echoed so badly.
It'll sound like you're in like, a sound booth. Not really at all, but I try to flip it. It'll make you sound like you're at private talk. And it'll make you sound like it's good.
Listen, can't they just go back to the first episode? Because that's how I sound.
No, this is season 3. We want a new one. We need a new one.
For season.
We're gonna put it back to back.
Girl.
Is it the same? Oh my God. Lux,
what are you doing?
What are you doing? Give it to me. I need to hear it. They want to hear it.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Okay, wait, while I'm masturbating or when I'm about to finish?
When you're about to finish, the
I'm
climax.
literally like sweating underneath
Yeah, that's about right. When you're about to climax, you're sweating under your boobs already because you're just working so hard. And what are you doing for private talk?
Okay, you're gonna have to remember. You're gonna have to talk me through it. I'm a very
all right.
sensory kind of person.
I want you to touch yourself. I want you to touch your titties. Mm-hmm. I want you to look at that big fat booty of mine bouncing all over your face.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna smother you. I'm gonna put it all in your mouth. And
oh my God.
See how much you make this pussy. Let me hear it, Lux. I want to hear it. I need to hear it. Oh my God, yes. Give it to me. I need all of that. Come all over my big booty.
To you.
You're welcome. It was like AMSR, but like coming and like all kinds of things.
How did she get me to do this shit?
I'm the master. Get it out of them. I hope you're
I need a cigarette.
I got a joint.
I don't even smoke.
I got a joint. I'm gonna light it up for you. I'll blow smoke in your face.
If you do that, I will be a zombie.
No zombies. I'll just blow it at you.
I will be
blow it at you that way. Okay. All right. Since you're hot and bothered, let's get another card. Now we're not romantic anymore.
Thank God.
You're like, what else can you make me do?
Crap.
Ace of what you got, girl?
Diamonds.
Ooh, diamonds are a spicy question.
Mm-hmm. Oh, the diamonds are the spicy question. Fantastic. Can't wait.
We're all a little spicy here at Team Texas.
Girl, I feel like I've been bit by...
I didn't bite you. I just talked dirty to you. You know what, Lux? On my OnlyFans, you can hear a lot of dirty talking. You hear myself doing a lot of nasty things. You know what I mean? I'm just going to give you a free I'll give you a free subscription.
Really? Mm-hmm. I need some tips.
I'll give you some tips. I'll send you some videos, girl. I'm going to send you some videos.
Oh, yeah, just text me, girl. Appreciate you.
All right. Most embarrassing moment from a dating past.
Most embarrassing moment from a dating past. Like super recent or
whichever is the most embarrassing.
Oh.
You said
Oh, yeah, so
what happened, Lux? Break it down for private talk.
I was really into this guy and we had gone somewhere and we were starting to mess around in the car. Right, this is like back in my hometown.
This mean is he like fingering you? Or are you like giving him a handy?
We're getting a little hot and heavy. We hadn't even like really done anything with each other at that point.
Like over clothes kind of thing.
It was over clothes. Right. And so he is in the front passenger seat of the car and I go to straddle him. Well, I'm not driving. No, we had stopped somewhere, pulled over to do that. I go to straddle him and...
I want the truth.
Give it to us.
Oh God. So I'm getting like really excited because I thought he was super hot. I've been waiting to have sex for some time. And I tell him to put it in. put it in, baby. Put it in. I'm ready. He goes, it is in.
Ooh.
I didn't know that
Rub the couch. Rub the couch.
Oh, no, I can't. I know. I didn't know that my super crush had
a micro
penis.
How
the first
small
one
is
I had
micro?
ever seen in my life.
Like you didn't see it before you asked him to stick it in?
No.
How
He
small
was like
it?
tall. He was super tall.
He's
and
tall
like
and
good
a
looking. And
Oh.
that's why you can't ever go on like height or hand
they
size
have like
or
the
foot
like
size.
skinny. Like if anything is bad, it's like skinny and not worthy either. But like, you know, I'm all not worthy. I mean, but you're like looking at objects. Was it bigger than this?
No. Oh my God, I'm
like
hitting stuff.
Like this?
A little longer. Yeah. That looks about right.
That wouldn't even clear your cheeks. Like you got a big booty.
Well, I was still quite younger and a little bit more slender.
But you didn't touch over the pants and then you didn't feel that there's nothing going on in here? You were heavy petting, Lux, and you were supposed to check out the merchandise. And this is what you're touching? You thought it was like
who knows? It was like, if you're wearing jeans, like, it's like propped up. You don't know if if the serpent's like hiding behind somewhere. If it's like tucked back.
Behind. He was hiding. He never came out of a hole. He was hiding.
Oh my God. God help me. I'm going to hell. Going to hell.
I have a question for you. So, have you ever had a man do froggy style on your face? Have they sat on your face? Has someone that sat on your face before?
No. What's froggy style? Wait, I'm getting a visual. No. The answer is no.
So no man has ever stuck his ass on your face?
No.
Would you ever let him?
I mean, sure.
Have you eaten ass?
Yes.
So I had a girlfriend. Why it's just funny to me. So I had a girlfriend. We were talking, and she was saying that this guy sat on her face in the backseat of a car. I was like, "What?" First of all,
wait, you're both in the backseat of the car. Who's driving?
Nobody there stopped.
Okay.
So they were trying to
just like me.
Yeah,
okay.
they were gonna hook up, and he was like, and he wanted to do this. So she's like, I didn't know what he was gonna do. She was like, but I was already in it. So then he like froggy styled me and sat on my face. And I'm like, what? And I was like, this happens? I'm like, first of all, this wasn't his first time because he's in the backseat of his own car.
Right.
And he knows what he's doing. But who just goes around and sitting on girls' faces? Like, I can't.
Listen, he's a man that knows what he wants, clearly. Who are we to judge? Oh my God! Well, I can honestly say that no, I've never been never had that move thrown on me, not yet.
But you're not opposed.
But I'm not opposed because I'm
not in the backseat of a car.
I mean, like, how big is this car? Like, is it like an SUV?
It was a G-Wagon.
Oh, that's big.
You've been in the backseat of one, huh?
Actually, I've never been in the backseat of a G-Wagon.
How do you know they're big?
Because I've been in the front seat.
Oh,
yeah.
Got it. So you do things in the front, not in the back.
I haven't done anything in the front seat of a G-Wagon yet. So if anyone has a G-Wagon.
You like how I'm like,
and we're friends.
I'm like, hey, and we're friends. There you go. We have requirements here. We're checking these off the box.
Yeah.
We need to know what's going down. Do you have a fantasy threesome?
Ooh. I've had some pretty good threesomes though.
Okay. Were those the top?
Gosh.
Let's do fantasy because you're not going to tell me the names of your threesomes that you currently did. So let's do fantasy, or maybe you will. I mean, I know I'll know later, but I don't think. If you subscribe to our OnlyFans, maybe we'll talk.
Honestly, my fantasy threesome, like, would be whoever I'm with, a partner, probably a man, and one of my hot girlfriends. That is preferably either in adult entertainment or, retired from it, because A, I can trust my girlfriends, B, they all know how to fuck, and C, they're fun. I wouldn't invite anybody as a +1 into my relationship unless I trusted them, and it's just
safe space.
It is a safe space. It's more fun that way, and yeah, that would be my fantasy threesome. I couldn't really point to one person in particular, but that's what would be a fantasy threesome for me.
Have you ever used food during intimacy?
What, like whipped cream and stuff?
That or like, they
no.
like, what is a cucumber?
No.
Or you can do like, what do they do? They like cut a hole out of something and like jerk somebody off with something. They do all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
No, haven't had my experiences in that realm of sex. But no. As far as like
no
food,
no whipped cream, no nothing.
No, I don't even think whipped cream. Also, I'm lactose intolerant.
Leave the food alone when you're going to see
I got to be very careful. Like, I love, obviously, like, love whipped cream and sweets and some stuff. But, the stomach isn't like the ironclad beast that she used to be. Girl.
Where's the craziest place you've had sex?
The craziest place? I mean, that's all relative. Like, I've had sex. I went to Hedonism for my first time. Hedonism in Jamaica, for those of you that don't know, is a very famous resort. It's probably like one of the top 3 resorts for, swingers and
clothing
that kind
optional.
Clothing optional. Thank you. So I went there for a shoot, and a friend of mine who has nothing to do with like the staff or anything that was there, he just came to party. And we had sex before, and I don't know, we were all enjoying ourselves. We're on like day 3 drinking. It's the last day. So he and I snuck off. We were trying to figure out, because at Hedonism, you can really just fuck about anywhere and nobody will care, because
that's what you do there.
It's just what you do there. So we tried to find, I don't know, I guess we were like wandering onto some of the parts of the resort that were closed off, because a staff member would always try to like pop up and interrupt us. But we ended up going into like these little, like, I don't know, like a jungly part of the resort, and
you were off the beaten path.
Definitely off the beaten path. But there was like this stone table in the middle, and like a stone bench and whatever, and just propped me up on that, and we fucked in the jungle kind of thing.
Were y'all wearing clothes, or were y'all walking around naked?
I was wearing a swimsuit cover up, and he was wearing clothes, but I wasn't opposed to walking around naked, but there's hella mosquitoes too, and they just love me. So I was really just trying to look out for my body.
Your lady part?
Yeah.
I too went to Hedonism, and I went for Adam and Eve event. Me and Tegan Presley, we hosted an event there. And it was, I didn't really know what to expect. I brought my girlfriend Monique and then my security with me, because I don't leave home without them.
Yes.
From those places.
Yes.
Or if anywhere. But and then so everybody else was like coupled up, whatever. But it was we stayed on the prude side.
I love that,
as they call it.
There's nude and prude.
Because my biggest thing was like, I was not opposed to anything, and like obviously we're there. I was not afraid to be naked, but I'm not cool walking naked around. So I had a thong on and I was walking around, because I'm fine with that. But I'm just not going to be all lips out. Like, it's like,
I did walk around a little bit, like around the common area between photo shoot sets, because, I mean, there were like strings
if
anyway.
You're doing anything, something like that, I get it. But like for us, we're just hanging out and getting drunk. So like for me, like I'm just not, like I don't care about being naked. If I was swimming, cool, from the water, but just like
I feel you.
Like, I don't know, it's just weird. And my other hesitation at first was the other side is all nude and they're swingers. So I'm like, I don't know swinger code. I didn't know. I'd never been around those people.
You don't?
No. So I didn't. So I was like, what if they touch me? What if they whatever? And they know that I'm Alexis, Texas, because, we're here for this event. So I was really afraid at first. So then by the 3rd day, I was like, fuck it. We're here. I want to go to this side. Like, whatever. So we went over there. I forget. I don't know who it was. It was a girl, one of my girlfriends, whatever. But we went over there and I talked to a couple, and then they kind of told me like their rules and like the whole thing, whatever. And I was like, oh, I completely didn't know. And again, I wasn't opposed to it. I was just first afraid for me, my safety first. Cause my security wasn't going over there naked or anything. Cause you can't go over there if you're not naked.
Correct.
So I wasn't going to do something and put myself in a situation, but nothing was like that at all. It was super safe. It was super fun. It was cool. It was just very free, loving people that were just fucking occasionally, and not all the time, because we're thinking it's like a fucking free for all, like everyone's just getting down. But everybody has their own thing or their own like rules, or most of the time the staff are fucking their guys' wives because they like to be fucking cuckolded and like whatever.
It's honestly a very respectful environment. When I was walking around, like nobody tried to grab me, nobody catcalled me. Everyone was just literally just like going around just happy, like,
because people are in their own world. And I think but like people who don't or never been exposed to that world, I feel like that's the like a flip side of like you think the worst, but it's definitely not the thing. I was like, man, this is cool. I was like, I should have been over here the whole time. I was like, these people are lame over here. I wonder why they call it the prude side. I'm like, got it. But again, they also respected too me being over there in a thong as a female, like, going in the like whatever as well. Like it wasn't as crazy it was. But for me, I thought it was like, what if I feel uncomfortable or whatever. So again, my preconceived notions what it was nothing what it was. It was definitely a fun time, but you definitely have to go with the right crowd of people.
Absolutely. And that was my first swingers resort, but I've been to swingers parties. Those are fun.
You just be swinging, Lux.
I don't know, would that be my craziest sex story?
I mean, it sounds pretty interesting to me. I don't know all of them, but I'm down to hear more, you know.
I guess I'll pull another card.
All right, Ace of Spades. That's our favorite here. It's a naughty question, but we're all naughty, you know?
This is the naughty question.
You know it. Doggy or missionary?
I have to pick one? Mm-hmm.
One.
Ew.
Yep. Okay, we'll do the finisher move. What does your finishing move want to be?
Okay, so I come easily in missionary if I'm on top, right? That's still missionary if I'm on top.
No,
that's missionary is if he's on top.
Yes.
Okay.
Missionary, that means that you're a cowgirl. If you're on top of him, you're straddling him, so you're a cowgirl.
Okay,
missionary,
got it.
He's on top of you.
Okay.
I was like, wait a minute, you got me all fucked up. Okay, got it. We're back.
So I like missionary to start. It's very intimate. I love kissing. Kissing actually gets me super.
I can come from kissing.
Super
like
excited. Oh my god, it's so hot. Like
good
for
kissing
me,
is important.
Good kissing is so important. If the good kissing is not there,
I feel like for me, that's why. Like, but again, also sometimes tricky. I've been misfilled sometimes. But if you're a good kisser like that, then you know how to fuck. Because you're I
can see that.
I don't know why if they have anything together to go with them, but in my passing, anybody who's like really good at make out session that I'm gonna like make out with you, and I feel like I'm in high school and like I'm not saying my age at the moment, but I was like, wait a minute. Yeah, I feel like they've always laid it down, no problem. But bad kissers, bad dicks, bad problems.
No, I can't be with a bad kisser.
Lube or spit?
I love kissing. So
lube or spit?
I don't mind spit, but sometimes when you're fucking, you run out of hydration. So I always keep some aloe based lube nearby. Some real natural stuff.
Interesting choice.
Yeah.
What should we say? Biggest turnoff?
Biggest turnoff. Bad breath.
Good one.
Yeah.
I was going to say, are you loud or quiet during orgasm? But we already heard what it was. Have you ever made a woman squirt?
Yes.
Have you ever squirted?
Yes.
Can you show us your technique?
No. Really, it's like this. Fuck it. Okay. It's like the 3 fingers. Okay.
I used to, but I got in there.
It's like, you like drag it out.
As she puts her head down, you just drag it out. I'm more of a like this thing. I'm like a whole, it's a whole process. Mm-hmm. Slap it, bam, finale.
Yeah.
You like that?
I love it.
All right.
I love it.
Have you ever paid for sex?
Yes.
Can you tell us a story?
So it was me and my boyfriend at the time, and he had told me that he had a crush on one of my friends, right? Who happens to be in the industry. And I was like, well, she's hot. Let me ask her if she'll hang. Okay. And she was down, and I said, listen, I'll, make it worth your while. We can take you shopping or something or whatever. Because, I'm like, you know, I still wanted
You're respectful of the
my
lady's
friend
time to make, make money.
Exactly. You know, just let her know that we appreciate her skills. And
I
honestly,
love the way you put it. We appreciate your skills.
We had so much fun.
That's fun. That's hot.
So much fun.
It's adventurous. I feel like, you know what I mean? I feel like people need to be more open to, like, maybe not obviously buying it all the time, but are open to those ideas of inviting something that's fun and like exciting, and not that it make it so serious where it's like detrimental to someone's relationship, where it's like, just have fun. Don't overthink it.
I think that's where, like you said before, communication really comes into play, because not everyone would be able to be okay with this kind of experience.
For sure.
Emotionally. I mean, for me and for my partner at the time, we were like, fuck yeah. Like, you know, this girl's hot. She's cool as fuck. She obviously gets paid for her skills on camera. So what does she want? Well, you know.
What that mouth look like? No, I'm just kidding.
Shit. She was amazing. Amazing. I run into her every now and then.
5 stars.
I always talk to her about, like, you know what, that was really cool. That was really, really, really cool. It was a really good experience. The best kind of outcome that you could ask for with that kind of situation.
For sure.
Yeah.
All right. Last card is a kinky club. And
that's the kinky one.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, they keep on coming. It's the gift that keeps on coming here at Private Talk. What's your favorite time of day to have sex?
Morning.
What's your favorite sex toy?
My anal beads.
Nice choice.
I don't. Okay, so
how many beads does it take?
Full disclosure, I don't. I just recently bought my first dildo at home. Okay. And it was for a custom, like me sucking on it, right? I don't use a dildo on myself at home. So that's the first thing. I've always had vibrators. But the anal beads, they're the ones that look like the little pearl thing, right? With the little circle at the end. So
you know what they look like, Private Talk. You know, it's got a little bead, a little string, bead, a little string, bead, a little string. Yeah. And then you like pull it out. So when you organ, you know, and then each time it gets a little, and you know, she likes anal, guys. We heard it here at Private Talk.
That is the most intense orgasm ever.
So you're going balls deep first. How do you go slow, or you like rip it out, like, you know, into the intense part? Like, what is your technique?
You know, sometimes I've taken it out while I'm orgasming, and I feel like sometimes I get distracted. You know, like, oh, you know, I don't know. I just like to leave it in.
All right.
Yeah.
So that's what makes you come intensely.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. See, I like to like tease into it. And that's what makes me come up, like, by using my Hitachi and then doing that at the same time. And then an eruption of things happen for Miss Texas.
Yeah.
Do you like being spanked?
Not really. It just, it has to be done a certain way. I don't know. There's like this kind of like PTSD that I carry from being a performer, from being a dancer, when people are trying to touch me without my consent. So when I'm touched, like, even my own friends know not to like even playfully come up and smack me without, you know, me, if I'm not aware, and like smacking me.
An eyesight vision of like knowing it's your friend.
Exactly.
I'm the same way. I'm like, oh, what's your throat? I mean, hi, nice to meet you.
Immediately I go into like a fight mode. It's not flight.
Yeah.
Immediately I go into fight mode, because I just, you know, for me, it's like a consent thing. But if I'm with somebody in the bedroom, usually it's better just to wait for me to ask, hey, can you smack my ass? And usually that's only if I'm in doggy. Other than that, I don't like it.
Don't like it. Yeah. What about golden showers? What are your thoughts? Do you like giving them? Do you like receiving them?
I have never been given a golden shower. I was asked by somebody to give them a golden shower. And I got
You got pee shy.
I got pee shy.
It happens to the best of us.
I tried. I was like,
and then I bet as soon as he got out, you like pissed everywhere.
Yeah.
You're like, nothing happened. You're like, I didn't even pee, girl. Nothing happened. It was dry. It was dry. Nothing. It was dust. Nothing.
Yeah.
No, I had a thing where I had a pee fetish for a minute, and then I was like trying to do it to somebody as a joke that I liked, and then I got pee shy. I could never do it again.
Oh no.
I tried, and then I really tried. I was like, nope, didn't happen.
Not happening. Wow.
And then I just got over it. You know, there's some things you just outgrow. Yeah. You can only pee on so many people and get away with it.
I've never really been into the whole peeing thing. I'm pee shy. Guess it's just not meant for me in this lifetime.
What's the most number of times you've had sex in a day?
Number of times.
Number of times you've had sex in a day.
Probably 8 or 9.
Number of people in a day.
Number of people.
In a day.
3.
3.
Yeah.
How many times?
Wait, including me?
No.
Oh.
Partners. So like if you had sex with somebody, like, you know, if me and you had sex and then you left me and you went and had sex with another girl or guy in the same day.
I'm not
or
I'm
a
talking
threesome,
about like in
a group setting or anything like that.
Oh yeah, 3.
3?
Yeah, in a group.
Okay.
Yeah.
Number of times you've masturbated in a day?
Probably 5.
5. Good numbers. Do you have any fetishes that you want to tell us here at Private Talk?
Fetishes.
Anything kinky in your Pandora box? Do you like to do some little BDSM? Do you like to dress up in latex? Do you like to be someone's mommy? Do you want to dress someone like a baby? Do you like to suck toes? Do you like to get whipped? What do you like to do, Lux?
You know what? I really like going to sex parties.
Sex parties.
Yeah.
But are you like the voyeur, or do you like to participate in what's going on?
So I'm more of the voyeur. I like to watch other people having sex.
Okay.
And with those kinds of environments, I'd love to be with someone that I feel very comfortable with or that I'm dating. And yeah, I like to watch because sometimes I will get so aroused by just being in that environment. I don't even have to like be focusing on someone in particular. I'm like, you want to go to one of the playrooms? Let's go fuck.
Yeah.
But I mean, I'm not really open to playing with anyone else that I don't know.
You don't play with others. You just like to get turned on by what's going on, like
Yeah.
sexually stimulated.
I like to be in that environment.
Yeah,
But
I mean that makes sense. I mean, you are very so much in that world in a sense by friends of like, you know, people
Yeah.
that you're associated with, and you're very open minded. So it's like it doesn't bother you; it almost even more stimulates you. Because I feel like some people it's like sensory overload of things, where it's like sometimes people need to be stimulated to get to where you feel comfortable to go fuck your man that you want to whatever, and not that you can't, but it's more it's an erotic way.
Yeah.
More sexy, you know,
Yeah.
a little some spice.
I like it. I
Well,
guess
see,
that would be my fetish.
It wasn't that hard. We know we made it through. You did a very great job. I had to hear your orgasm again.
There
I
we
love
go.
it. I got to see your booty shake, which we love. We told about all your fun things. Please let us know where we can see your new Instagram page so we can follow you there and build those followers up, or your OnlyFans.
Yes. So my new Instagram is LUXIBOO Backup. LUXIBOO Backup. So
Backup,
hopefully
baby.
LUXIBOO will be back online. We'll see.
It will be released from the Instagram jail.
I know. Maybe I'm just in Instagram jail for a little bit, guys. But LUXIBOO Backup for right now. Twitter is LUXIBOO. And then my OnlyFans is under LUXIBOO and the number 1.
Awesome. Thank you so much for coming on.
Thank you for having
season
me.
3, popping our cherry here. I am so happy to be back and having a whole fresh new season. So thank you so much for gracing your booty on my couch. All right, Private Talk, until we meet again.